Hey guys, I hope you're all doing well. This is going to be a general reading for Earth sign Virgo. All right, so it can cover anything like love, work, friends, family, health, etc., money, all forms of abundance. All right, and so this reading may resonate for you even if you're not a sun sign Virgo, a rising sign Virgo, or have your moon in Virgo as an example, since we all have Virgo somewhere in our birth chart. So that's why I always encourage everyone, if you haven't already, to get your birth chart. Even if you don't know your exact birth time, you can just Google it with your birthday and your birthplace if you know where you were born. All right, so then you can get your other placements. And the reason why I encourage that is because depending on what's going on in your life, you may resonate more with your sun sign or your moon sign, etc. And always check your Venus sign for matters of love and higher forms of money and assets too. So anyway, we're going to get into your reading here in just a second, Virgo. I wanted to go over a couple of things and welcome everybody for being here. Thank you for your energy. So yes, we are going to take a picture, or I am going to take a picture. I say we all the time because I mean spirit, but I will be taking a picture, one photo of all the cards at the end that I'll be posting after the live in case you want to see it more up close in detail. So it'll be there in case you're interested. So if you want to do that, all you have to do is click in the description box below and follow the instructions there on how to see the photo. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into your reading. And just turn this down. I have a little music for the dogs, and sometimes there's a commercial. So anyway, let's go ahead and do some grounding and healing for the reading here. So just be aware it does get a little loud if you're sensitive to that. All right, so if you want to, you can take a deep breath in and out whenever, or you can just breathe naturally and listen. Okay. All right, Virgo. I'm going to put it over here since the table is kind of full right now. Okay. So let's get into your reading here. We're going to talk about briefly where the placements are for the cards, and then we'll get into it. So I usually start in the center and then work outwards to the tarot confirmation cards. And we also talk about what's on the top and the bottom of each deck, since I'm using two different decks. And at the very end, we have a couple of oracle cards as well. All right, so let's get into it. Oh yes, I forgot to say in the beginning too, as well, since time is fluid and relative, for some people this reading may resonate 6 months in the past as an example, or a year in the past, and for other people it could be 6 months in the future, a year in the future, or it could be the actual time frame that's in the title. So from April 19th through March 19th through April 19th, okay? So always take it how it resonates for you. And if you find as we go through the reading that it's not speaking to you and it's not about a person that you're dealing with or multiple people, general environment situation, always check your other placements and other videos here on my channel. So anyway, yes, let's go ahead and call out your cards here, dear Virgo. All right, so we have the Princess of Sacred Circles in the right side up position, also known as Princess of Pentacles right side up. We have the Five of Staves or Five of Wands right side up. The Two of Sacred Circles or Two of Pentacles right side up. The Sun is right side up. Seven of Cups is right side up. The Eight of Cups is right side up. The Lovers is right side up. The Seven of Swords is right side up. And the Wheel of Fortune is in reverse. Okay. So other thing to know, let's see, I'm going to count them now, your major arcanas, as far as maybe other zodiac signs that may show up here in your reading, other energies that are present. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 major arcanas. So that does speak of some type of change coming up or that's already taken place here for you, Virgo. Just make sure we have a little bit of music. All right, so the other zodiac signs that I see here are Leo, We have Gemini, and we have Capricorn, and then we also have the Wheel of Fortune, which is 4 different zodiac signs. So Leo again, Taurus, Aquarius, and Scorpio. So some of those signs could mean something to you, but they don't have to. It could be you're dealing with one of those signs, or you have some of those signs predominantly in your birth chart or their birth chart, vice versa. Or it could also speak of astrology or something going on with the collective unconscious, or it doesn't have to mean anything to you at all. But I wanted to mention it ahead of time before we get into your reading. All right, so this first row going across can be energy, let's say, from March 19th through March 31st, the first row here. All right, can be a little bit before, a little bit after, it's not exact. The second row is April 1st through April 9th, and the third row going this way would be from April 9th to about April 19th or so. Again, it's not exact. All right, so your first, let me set the timer here too. Okay, sorry. And your first card here, Virgo, is the Princess of Sacred Circles in the right side up position. So here we have this, young Native American woman who is pregnant, and she has the other child in her arms, right? So this is also known in other decks as the Princess of Pentacles. Okay, so she's planting seeds for the future here, right? We don't know what this baby is, if it's going to be a boy or a girl. It's not coming out yet, right? She's not giving birth yet, but it's planting stuff for the future. So it is a metaphor here. It talks about abundance in all forms, not just money, but whatever you want to manifest in your life, okay? And it also has this energy, because she's a princess and not a queen yet, of being open to learning new things. So this could be your energy here, Virgo, or someone around you, or a role model or something. And this could be energy from the recent past. Particularly, we feel it more in that first row, but also in 2 of your confirmation cards that we'll talk about later. So what's the recent past? For you guys, it could be a couple of days ago, weeks, months, years, etc. So always take it how it resonates, okay? Now, moving forward, I feel like this last 2 weeks or so of March is really productive for you. There's a lot of supportive energy here for you, Virgo, especially with the 5 of Staves as your second card, also known as 5 of Wands, right? We see these 4 architects here, Egyptian architects at the bottom of the card, and they're working together about where they're going to plan their next building, right? So it's about playing and practicing and taking something a little bit less seriously. So architects will tell you, right, not to use the pen, but to have a pencil and an eraser. So this talks about creating different options, having options like A, B, C, D, F, etc., right, of how life can go, or some kind of area in your life, whatever reason you're watching this reading, okay? But it is a very supportive energy, and it's a little bit playful. It's playful, but also serious at the same time. So this is really nice to see here for you, Virgo. Now, moving forward into your third card, and this could be maybe more towards the end of March, let's say next week or weekend, or even the following week, right? Where we have the 2 of Sacred Circles in the right side up position. So this talks about juggling a little bit about priorities and asking for help in some way, okay? Whether it's you yourself, Virgo, asking for help, or another person or multiple people, general environment situation. But here we see the back of the head of this Native American man, and he is calling to the bear spirit. He's trying to manifest the bear qualities, okay? So this talks about what, right, like being very powerful. When you think of a bear, right, they're kind of scary and powerful, but they're beautiful. And they also have that hibernation mode, okay? So it's about how can I plan for the future, just like your first card, planting seeds for the future. How can I prepare for the winters coming ahead? Okay, how can I stack my abundance, my money, my wealth, my love, my health, all of those things, okay? So here they're really calling on that bear spirit to help them move forward. So it's 2 of Pentacles, it's not 10 of Pentacles or 8 of Pentacles, but it is progress, even if it may feel a little bit slow. But we do have that juggling energy. If you look at the card sideways, it's almost like a figure 8, all right? So that could also be the infinity symbol, okay, for magic and everything being about endless energy, okay? So it's about trying to find that flow and work with the priorities, and again, maybe manifest kind of that essence of the bear, okay? All right, so very nice. Then we're moving forward into your second row here, which could be energy around March 1st through March 9th. So beautiful here, Virgo. We have the sun, and this is your first major arcana showing up in the reading, and this is Leo energy, okay? This is all about enlightenment. This is about creativity and passion and youthful energy. It could also be around revelations, spiritual downloads. Oh, now I get it. Now I finally understand something. Okay, this could be an energy that you're working through, or your energy, or the energy of someone around you in some way. But it is for momentum and progress, right? It's the brightest card in the tarot. Okay, so really beautiful here. And that's also a great energy to start the new month with, or any new month, right? Just feeling really passionate and exuberant about something, excited about something. So that's beautiful. So then moving forward into your, what is this, your fifth card, you have the Seven of Cups in the right side up position. So this is a little bit of some dark night of the soul energy, perhaps for some, but it's really about, when we talked about right above it, right, the Five of Wands, of creating a Five of Staves, creating a lots of different options of way things could go. Well, here with the Seven of Cups, it's like this king is here with Morgana, and he's like, which cup should I take? And inside each cup, there's something different. And so the cups in the tarot represent the emotions. So this could be an energy of, how can I have more emotional fulfillment, satisfaction, contentment? What are my emotional priorities, boundaries around something? But it's also this kind of wishy-washy energy of not quite ready to make a decision about something that could have some emotional weight to it here, okay? So it's not a bad card or placement or energy. It's just maybe when you had, or the other person had here, Virgo, some kind of spiritual download or enlightenment with the Sun card coming right before it. Maybe then it took someone deeper into looking inside of their own emotions, and again asking those questions, and how what's the next decision, what should I do, like they quite don't know yet. Okay, so then the following card really does make sense with that energy. It's the Eight of Cups in the right side up position. So you go from being like, I'm not sure what to do yet or what cup to take, to then saying, you know what, I need a break, or someone needs a break here. I like the Eight of Cups personally. I don't think it's a bad card. There is someone here cloaked they're wearing a cloak, but they're also cloaked in this blue nighttime energy, right? So they're going off to the Stonehenge or something like that in the background. So, excuse me, they're taking those cups with them to figure out, again, what does this mean to me emotionally, or the people around me in some way? It could also just be like, I need a break. There's too much stuff going on. I need to figure out, right, again, which cup I'm going to take. So in order to do that properly in the right way, I need some time, or they need some time, or the general environment situation needs some time to figure this out. All right. Now, going forward, we have, and this is your third row, it could be energy from about April 9th or so to April 19th. Again, it's not exact, right? But you have the Lovers. Okay, so such a beautiful energy, right? Higher vibrational union. Okay, it could be a romantic union. It could be a work partnership. It could be with friends or family, or even the union of different parts of yourself coming together. But there's an equal give and take. This is higher vibrational love. Not just love, because you wouldn't necessarily say, well, I'm in love with my business partner, but you're like, I work really well with them. I vibe with them, something like that, okay? But it's like these two people, or these two energies, if it's not necessarily people, are very complementary in the fact that they each want to bring out the best in each other here. Okay, so again, really supportive energy, kind of similar to the Five of Staves, but not necessarily, but they are both really supportive energy here. So when this Lovers card comes up here for you, Virgo, in that third row, maybe towards the middle of April or so, it could just be exactly, what you need at that time. So if somebody took that break, remember, with the Eight of Cups, and then after they figured out what they wanted, or they took that emotional rest or mental rest, then they come into these higher vibrations, right? Of, okay, I'm going to make decisions with my emotions and kind of keep it in that high vibe energy, okay? Now, moving forward, I would say kind of you have maybe only two kind of like emotional blocks, or not emotional blocks, but maybe more of an energetic block or some stagnant energy here. But I also like to call them reminders, right? Because we all have them and they're in every reading. So it's not a huge deal. Okay. So your first one here, your seventh card is the Seven of Swords in the right side up position. So here we see this Japanese man, okay, holding all these swords, and there's some kind of festival in the background. So this is about a little bit of defensive energy, and it could be because the swords in the tarot represent anxiety, worry, overthinking, being too much up in the head. So this could also be this competitive energy that maybe you yourself, Virgo, have, or someone around you, where they're being really competitive with themselves and others. So he's just won some kind of award, right? So he got all these swords. But people, there is a little bit of like this gossiping energy, maybe for some, not for everybody, right? With these two people in the background being like, oh my God, did he really win all those swords? Does he deserve it? That kind of thing. So that could be why that defensive energy is there a little bit, as far as being too much up in the head. But we'll know right now kind of maybe why this is showing up, because this is where we're going to talk about what's on the top and the bottom of your other deck here in relation to this Seven of Swords. Okay, so what we have is these two cards here are energy from the way, way back past. Okay, so whatever that means for you. And this, of course, is that energy more of like, let's say, the middle of April or so, right? We said April 9th through the 19th, okay? But it's not exact. It's not important. I just wanted to mention it. So what we have anyway from the way, way back past is the King of Swords in the right side up position on the top. And then we have the Hanged Man in the right side up position on the bottom. Okay, so this could be saying here, Virgo, that in the past, in some way, somebody was very confident, very supported, right? This king is kind of standing half like leaning on his throne here, okay? But the sword represents, in this instance, it would be right side up. He's pulling it out to pull it all the way up. So that talks about mental clarity, all right? But also there is some type of like transformational energy. And it's interesting because there's like this, I just noticed this is a new deck I got, but there's like almost this butterfly or this dragonfly kind of in the background here. And it's on his throne and also on his not his cape, but there's something draping down over the throne here. So I don't know if you guys can see that. So that kind of speaks of the lighter energy of air quality, air signs, right? So you definitely would say Libra, Aquarius. Who else is air? Why am I having a moment? Well, let's see. You did have a little Aquarius energy here, but mostly Leo, Scorpio, Sagittarius, and Gemini, which was the Lover's card. I forgot to mention that's Gemini energy. But yeah, I don't know exactly. I'm going to have to look more deeper into that if there's something there. But when I think of a butterfly or a dragonfly, right, they're flying in the air. It's this light, kind of flighty energy. So anyway, what we're saying here is that in the way, way back past, somebody was maybe feeling more lighter as far as their mental. Maybe they didn't have, sorry, it should be this way. Maybe they didn't have as much anxiety, worry, overthinking, being too much up in their head. It was more balanced, right? Because even though he has these qualities with the dragonfly and the sword, he's also on the ground. He's not flying around, right? So maybe what's lacking is grounding energy, right? So here what we have on the bottom of the deck of this other deck is the Hanged Man in the right side up position. So this is about somebody in the past in some way, or an energy in the past in some way, was able to say, oh my gosh, let me look at this at a different angle or point of view, whatever you're looking for this reading mostly interested in, or you could be interested in multiple things, right? But basically it's like this guy, if he was standing up, he would be like that, right? But he is upside down for a reason. he's looking at something from a different angle, different point of view, and he's being open to that with that air swords in the upright position. And this is a little bit of like why this card showed up. It's like the kind of the exact opposite, all right, because this is more defensive energy and the swords are going down. Okay, so this could be saying here that if this is something that you're struggling with during this time, right in the middle of April or so, all you need to do is remember to ground yourself. Be more lighter in your thoughts, okay? And do what does it mean to ground yourself, right? So that would be doing things that bring you peace and calm when you are too much up in your head or another person is, or general environment situation. So going for a walk, eating the right kind of foods, maybe meditating or listening to some music. And I know people have different schedules and get very busy, but even if it's just taking like 5 minutes, 10 minutes out of your day to be like, okay, let me just breathe and ground myself. Sit down. Remember, you are a person, right? You are not have to be all up in here all the time, okay? So anyway, we're not going to stay too much there. You're like, all right, I got it. Okay, keep going here, Virgo. So then we have as your last card in the main center, the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse position, okay? Sorry, let me just turn this up for a second. Okay. So this kind of speaks of maybe somebody's quite not ready for some type of new beginning or appreciative of a new beginning, or they're not trusting that, again, the time is right or luck is on their side. They're not feeling abundant. It's just a little bit of that stagnant energy or energetic blockage that I was talking about, okay? And again, this is 4 different zodiac signs kind of showing up. You can kind of see them here at the bottom if the card was right side up. So it would be Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, and Aquarius energy. Okay, so anytime we're talking about the wheel, right, it's the turning, the passing of time. So it's like somebody here or this energy here, maybe towards the middle of April in some way, or even the rest of April, the end of April, like who knows, right? So there's this energy of not trusting something here, okay, or not feeling like it's the right time for something. So now this is actually where we talk about what's on the top and the bottom of your other deck to be like, okay, why is this happening, okay? So what we have, again, is energy from the way, way back past. So what we have here is the Devil in the right side up position on the top and the Princess of Cups in the reverse position on the bottom, okay? The reason why I'm laughing is this card has come out in like every single reading for this time period and even last month. So it could have something to do with the general astrology, right? This is, we just left Pisces season. We still have a couple planets in Pisces. So that's kind of the energy too, but I'll talk about it in a second, okay? But if you've seen some of the other readings, you know what I'm talking about, okay? But basically, when this Devil card shows up in the right side up position, it's not all the way bad, right? It's not saying someone's evil or something silly like that, right? It's more talking about somebody's animalistic side was out too much. Something was out of balance here, okay? So this could be addictions. It could be addictions to not just things or people, but a way of looking at life in a certain way. But what's to notice if you look really closely is that the chains on their neck are just resting there. There's an open loop. So it's also about choices. So this can be reversed, right? If there is some type of addiction from the past that was showing up here that makes you or someone else second guess something about timing, you can work on that, okay? It doesn't have to kind of stay like that. All right. Now, when the Princess of Cups here is in reverse, it's a little bit of hesitation to, again, being open to learning something new. She would eventually become a queen, right? But it's also like somebody could be stuck in the Moon card energy, in the Pisces energy of not having all the information about something. Being in a dark room at night at someone's house and you see a coat rack and you think it's a person or a monster, right? But if you just turn on the light, then you would see, oh, it's just this coat rack. Okay, I got it, right? But it's in reverse with the devil. So it could be the reason why there are some addictions here or something was out of balance is because somebody perhaps was kind of still stuck in that moon card energy, and also has something to do with the emotions, right? All the cups in the tarot represent the emotions. All right, so Morgana is holding up her cup here. If it's right side up, I'm just showing you for reference. And then we also have the water in the background. The water is also emotions. So it's like somebody is still maybe trying to figure out what's going on with their emotions or someone else's or everybody's emotions, right? Coming out of that Pisces season to now the Aries season, okay? So it could also be that somebody is perhaps not for everybody, wanting to do something more in a non-traditional way. If this card was right side up, right, she's at night picking her herbs, okay? She's the goddess of herbal magic and witchcraft, okay? But it's like some people work at night, some people work during the day, but it kind of speaks of that non-traditional. Most people will say, I don't know, 60%. I don't really know what the real number is, but let's say 60% of people work during the day, okay? So it could also be that their luck is not on your side or it's not the right time for something yet because this still needs to be dealt with, right? It still needs to be like, I don't care if someone thinks what I'm doing is non-traditional as long as it speaks to my emotions and is healthy for me, as long as I have my shadow side or animalistic side kind of balanced correctly, then it shouldn't kind of matter, right? So this is kind of like, doesn't have to stay like that. That's how I see it. All right, so now that we talked about that, let's go ahead and get into your tarot confirmation cards here real quickly. So I will call them out and then we'll go in order. We have the Eight of Wands in the right side up position here. We have the Three of Pentacles right side up. We have the Nine of Swords in reverse. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles in the right side up position. What's funny about that card and why I'm laughing or smiling a little bit is because when I was shuffling and meditating during my session before I turned on the camera here, Virgo, the King of Pentacles kept coming out in both the decks, but I wasn't drawing the cards yet. I was just shuffling and cutting, right? And it kept showing up and I was like, okay, there's something about Pentacles here. That's the other thing, right? As far as as far as the minor arcana here, when we talk about the swords, the cups, the wands, and the pentacles, you actually had a tie. You had three cups and you had three pentacles, okay? So that talks about an underlying theme here of maybe perhaps emotions, but also money or wealth or abundance. So abundance isn't just money, it's whatever you want to manifest in your life. When you put it together kind of with that cups energy, it's like, what am I putting value to emotionally? What is the other person putting value to emotionally? How do I value my time? How do they value my time? Kind of that kind of energy, if you know what I'm saying, okay? So that could also be something going on here. So very interesting, because usually lately it's been, for other readings, like it'll be one minor arcana that kind of dominates the reading, but this time it was more of a tie for you. All right, so anyway, let me get a sip here. 1 second, guys. Sorry. Okay, my allergies, apologies. Okay, so let's talk about your first two confirmation cards. Now, this is energy from the recent past, whatever that means for you, right? We have the Eight of Wands in the right side up position. Okay, so this also known as Eight of Staves, if it was the other deck, right? But it's Eight of Wands here. So this is about some type of fast communication coming in the recent past. Either a communication that you gave or someone gave to you, or it was an opportunity or just a message from the universe, your spirit guides, guardian angels. But it also talks about instinct, right? So this woman looks kind of like bewildered or scared, like, oh my God, I'm just walking along this field and here come these wands, like who's attacking me, right? So it brings up maybe a little bit of defensive energy, but it's not so dark or defensive. It's more just shocking, right? It's just like, oh my God, what is that? So it kind of speaks of also our instincts and our intuition about fight or flight mode, like that ancient kind of, excuse me, the fight or flight mode that is part of our human innate like caveman stuff, right? When you talk about prey and predator. So it's just like this really fast response to something here, but it's some type of communication from the recent past. All right, so this card is coming in here and it is confirming the Princess of Sacred Circles right side up, the Sun in the right side up position, and I'm gonna come closer, sorry, and the Lovers in the right side up position here, okay? So it's coming in and it's actually acting as a complementary energy. It's confirming all these cards in a positive position, okay? So perhaps it's saying that if there was some sort of fast communication from that came in from the recent past, it created all these beautiful energies. Okay, so we'll go kind of one by one here. But with your first card in the reading with the Princess of Sacred Circles, it's like, okay, maybe something woke you up or woke up another person or woke up multiple people or woke up this energy that's like, I got to plant seeds for the future. I have to make sure I have enough for the winter and my savings, whatever you want to call it, right? When we were talking about Pentacles and your time and how much people value your time or you value others, that kind of energy here. But it's very positive, right? It's abundance, it's progress, it's forward momentum. So it seems like it kind of, woke somebody up or woke this energy up here. And the same thing with the Sun, right? The brightest card in the tarot. So we're talking about enlightenment, passion, creativity, spiritual downloads, revelations, all this energy of just coming out of the top of this Egyptian pyramid here. So it's like this fast communication came in and was like, okay, you've got to see the light, or someone has to see the light or the lighter side of things, or this just really youthful, beautiful energy here, okay? Now, when it comes in and it's confirming the Lovers in reverse, okay, very interesting, right? It could be that there was, communication from the recent past that came in and kind of re-sparked this, if it was something that was already there or strengthened it, or if it's something new, right? But again, some kind of higher vibrational union, romantic, work partnership with friends or family, or even different parts of yourself, okay? But just, very nice supportive energy here. All right. Now moving forward, we have now the Three of Pentacles in the right side up position. And this is a really nice energy of working together with someone or a team. Okay, it's stacking your abundance, right? It's Three of Pentacles, not 10 of Pentacles, which would be the highest number in the tarot. Okay, so here we see this worker in the background building this church, and then there's like this kind of old architect dude in the front telling him where to put stuff. You can see it with the glare, but this is about teamwork and working with someone in a complementary way to kind of move forward. Okay, so when this card comes in and it is supporting the Five of Spades right side up, the Seven of Cups right side up, and lots of sevens. And the seven, where to go? Here we go. The Seven of Swords right side up, okay? So it is mainly for the first card. The other two, it's still like they're half good cards. I don't look at these two cards as bad. I look them at as half good, right? I don't know why I'm saying it like that, but I'll explain it better in a second, okay? So here with the Three of Pentacles confirming the Five of Staves or Five of Wands, it's like, yes, let's bring in that support system. That could be a romantic partner, that could be your friends and family, a mental health care worker, whatever your support system is, right? It's like rely on it in times of good times and also bad, right? What can you build with them? How can you create more wealth and money and abundance, whatever you want to manifest in your life, and just kind of create different options, right? So he's looking in his book how to build something, right? But at any moment, he could, let's say, change the future build of that church. Oh, sorry, I went the wrong way. Sorry, I was trying to turn that down. So at any moment, this old architect could change, like, actually, let's put the next window over here or something like that, okay? So it's keeping those options open, but working hard together with your support system. All right, now here, when it comes in and confirms with the Seven of Cups, it's like, okay, the dark night of the soul energy, window shopping for options about something emotional, what cup am I going to take? I'm not really sure yet. Okay. That kind of wishy-washy energy. So when that happens here, it's just kind of saying, again, call out to your support system and see if they can help you with this energy. Not make the decision for you, but just kind of maybe go over the options, or, kind of role play, let's say, maybe, I don't know, with these emotional kind of choices that could be like out here for the taking, or need to be taken, or something, right? But it's really nice. Okay. I would say that, I was happy to see the Three of Pentacles on the right side up card or position for you here, Virgo. Okay. Because it makes me think of actually Virgo energy. We didn't have your card show up this time in your reading. Sometimes it does for you. But it's like this grounding energy of like, okay, let's make sure we have something to fall back on. Let's make sure this church is really stable and it's not going to fall down, right? So when that energy comes in here and confirms the Seven of Swords right side up, it's like we don't need to be defensive if we have the foundation and the groundwork. We don't care what other people are saying. Oh, that church is ugly. Why did they build it there? Blah, 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 right? It's just like, no, if you could just continue to work at whatever you're striving for and work within a team, then you can kind of put some of those swords down and not be defensive and not get up in your head and worry about anything, right? Anxiety, worry, overthinking. Just continue to kind of put your nose to the grindstone and work towards something here, and kind of let some of that other stuff go that we talked about earlier. All right, now let's get to your last two confirmation cards. And this is a little bit different than the first two. This is more future, current, present energies, possibilities, right? We have the Nine of Swords in reverse, right? And then we have that Queen of Pentacles in the right side up position. So let's start with this one, okay? This is so wonderful to see her, Virgo. This is, again, energy that maybe necessarily hasn't happened yet, but it's how you want to see this card. That's the main thing. You don't want all this stuff over your head, right? You don't want to be too much up in your head, even when we just spoke about the Seven of Swords, right? This is the Nine of Swords. It would be even worse. So somebody in the future, you hear Virgo, or someone else, or an energy is going to let that go, okay? And that's what you want. You want to not be so much up in the air energy. You want a little bit more balance. So when this Nine of Swords comes in here and it's confirming the Two of Sacred Circles right side up, the Eight of Cups right side up, and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse here, okay? I would say for the two on the bottom, it's very complimentary. And on the top, it's kind of giving us a reminder and asking us a little bit of some questions here. So let's go in order. So many cards. Okay, so we have, here we go, the Nine of Swords confirming the Two of Sacred Circles, or Two of Pentacles right side up. So if there's that energy, remember, towards the last week, 2 weeks or so of March that is still coming up, or even the first week of April, where you're trying to, or someone else here, Virgo, is trying to bring in the qualities of the bear, to plan for the future, to hibernate, to be strong and courageous, right? To be a protector, all those things, okay? To build wealth, to build health and love, and whatever it is you want to manifest. You're going to be able to do that and stack your abundance. It's not Two of Pentacles, right? It is Two of Pentacles. It's not 10 of Pentacles. So there's still a long way to go. But if you're like this, it's going to be a lot harder. So this is just kind of, supporting that energy and saying you can still do those things and move forward, as long as you're not overwhelming yourself or other people overwhelming you, etc., vice versa, okay? And then when the Nine of Swords here in reverse is confirming the Eight of Cups right side up, it's like, yes, take that break, take the emotional break, the mental break, whatever it is, to kind of figure out what your next step is going to be, and what your priorities are, what makes you happy, what makes other people's happy, and to kind of find that emotional harmony that you're trying to find, that we're all trying to find, right? And so the better way to do that, right, of course, is not to have so much anxiety, worry, overthinking, too much up in your head, that kind of energy. So definitely, every sign has it, every person has it from different parts of their life, right? We always kind of flow from positive to negative, let's say, or there's positive and negative and light and dark and duality and everything, okay? Especially with what's going on currently in the world and just everything, right? But it's like, let's put that down. Let's take a break and kind of get back to center here, okay? Now, when this Nine of Swords in reverse is confirming the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, it's like, yeah, if you want luck to be on your side, you want to feel confident, you want to feel abundant, and have more energy backing you, more favorable complementary energy backing you. The way that you can do that, right, is to continue or to start wherever you are to let those things go, okay? Because this person, this woman, I think, yeah, it's a half-dressed woman, she can't sleep. Like, look at her. She's just like a mess, right? So make sure that you're not letting things keep you up at night and really ground yourself here, okay? Now, when we talk about your last confirmation card, and that is that Queen of Pentacles energy. Remember I said when I was shuffling, the King of Pentacles almost came out twice. So here she is. Look how badass she looks. I mean, she's like holding a pentacle in one hand on her lap and kind of holding her staff there on the other. But she looks like badass. I don't know. She has her crown on. She's sitting on her throne. There's all these flowers all around her, growth, prosperity, support, right? She's like, I have everything that I need. Okay. I have the financial backing. I have the good health. I have the love, right? Whatever it is. This is a very abundant card and forward momentum and progress, right? But it's also stepping up into your power. It's a queen card, right? So it could be kind of saying here, Virgo, that if there's something in your life where you want to level up in some way, get to the next stage of something, or the other person you're dealing with, or multiple people, general environment situation, that is possible as long as those people reach out to their support system and step into their own power, whether they're a leader or not, okay? So when this card comes in, and this is, again, in the more future possibilities energy, it's not the recent past, it's more future stuff over here. It's going to come in and confirm the same cards we just did, right? But kind of like saying, this is possible, okay? This is possible. All right. You can still flip that, right? We just kind of said that earlier, but let's do it again here. So yeah, she's coming in and she's like, okay, you're only 2 of Pentacles now, or 2 of Sacred Circles as it's called in this deck. But in the future, you're going to be the queen. You're going to be holding all of the damn pentacles and money and wealth and health and love and all those things, whatever you want. So it's kind of saying, yes, keep on calling to the bear spirit, keep slowly working, stacking your abundance, working on your stability, your grounding, because you're going to get there, okay? And also, right, if there's times where you need to take a break, this lady does not look bothered, you guys. I don't know if you can see with the glare. Hold on. You can see her face. She does not look bothered, y'all. Okay? She has like this kind of headdress thing, scarf like around her, but hopefully you can see it. She's not bothered. Just trust me. Like, she is not bothered. If she wanted to take a nap, if she wanted to take an emotional break, okay, mental break, whatever, she's going to do that, okay, because she knows that it's beneficial to her in the long run, okay? Because if she is a leader or even stepping into her own power, she's going to delegate tasks to others, and she's going to know that taking breaks is actually more productive, right? And so then when she comes in here and confirms the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, she's just saying, yeah, trust in the timing of things, right? When the Wheel of Fortune shows up in reverse, it's really kind of, it's almost like the Fool card in the reverse position, if you're familiar with tarot, but if not, I'll kind of explain. The Fool card, when it's right side up, would be like, make a leap of faith, trust that it's going to work out, right? But when the Wheel of Fortune is in reverse, just like the Fool in reverse, it's like somebody's not trusting that something's going to work out, or they're not trusting the timing, or they're not feeling abundant or confident in some way. So when the Queen of Pentacles confirms it, she's like, you can still switch it, okay? There's still time to do that. So that is what I have for you regarding the tarot, Virgo. But real quickly, let's get into your oracle cards here as well. They're usually a little more lighter stuff. So let's see what your first one is. This is your love oracle message, whether you're watching for platonic love with friends or family, romantic love, or even self-love, or all that stuff, right? So your love oracle message is: it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. You can see that there. It's really beautiful, okay? So this is a great message for any time, right? For any sign, whatever, for everybody. So yeah, it's just saying it's safe for you to love and be that higher vibration that we were talking about earlier with the Lover's card and the Five of Staves or Five of Wands, right? Reach out to your support system, let people know that you're there for them. They're going to be there for you, but it's safe to love and be that highest vibration, okay? Bring out the best in each other and other people, okay? So I think it's beautiful. All right. And your last oracle message here from the Rumi Oracle deck by Elena Fairchild. Rumi is a 13, or was, I feel like he's still alive. His spirit is here, but he was a 13th century Persian poet. Okay, so Elena Fairchild has taken some of his poetry and put it with these beautiful oracle cards here. So the one that you got for this time period is card number 6, and it's called One. Okay, and it's kind of this abstract, beautiful card here. So I'm going to read the poem real quickly, and then like 2-sentence meditation if you want to get into this energy. Okay. It says, 1. I have abolished duality from myself. I have seen the two worlds as one. One I seek, one I know, one I seek, and one I call. You look for me, and what do you see? You. Am I playing games with you, holding up a mirror for you to behold God? Yes. These are the games of love and truth. Look for me and find yourself. For I am you and you are me, and together we are one, playing hide and seek in love's great playground. That's beautiful. So what else here do we have? Okay, there's a little extra thing I want to read here real quickly, because that poem was a little bit shorter than some of the others. It just kind of says here, this is more Elena Fairchild speaking, not Rumi, the poet, but it says, if there is any part of you struggling to surrender the conflict between the old and the new, between what has been and what needs to be, between passion and duty, creativity, rationality, between this role or identity, then know this. Even the conflict serves. Don't choose either one and believe it is the answer. Sometimes the sacrifice is not one or the other, but the idea that it can only be the one or the other. At another level, a level of divine resolution, there is beyond the apparent polarity and conflict a third way, the rising up to where there is only one perfection taking place constantly. Open your heart and you'll find the bridge to understanding and trusting in that perfection there, where it has always been and will always be. Don't worry, all is happening exactly as it should be. So yeah, that definitely feels like your Wheel of Fortune, right? So flip it. Trust, okay? Trust it is the right time. All right, so let's see. Here is a little meditation real quickly before you go. So it says, place your hands at your heart and say aloud, Rumi who loves me unconditionally, I gaze into my heart and you are there. I gaze into your heart and see my own face. We are one. This oneness is contagious. May it swiftly affect every aspect of my inner world so that my outer existence aligns gently with perfect harmony with the great divine beloved. You and I are one with the perfection of divinity unfolding, now and always, through grace and my own free will, so be it. And then it says, when you're ready, place your hands in prayer position and bow your head in reverence and respect, recognition to the one divine plan unfolding, and say, I surrender into the one truth of divine perfection, which includes my own divine destiny now. through mercy and grace, so be it. All right. And then it says, when you're ready, simply close your eyes and bow your head. Again, you have completed your sacred ritual. So that's beautiful, right? Kind of trusting that things will work out and knowing that there is lots of support around you. So they said it much better than maybe I said it. But anyway, hopefully you got something from this here, dear Virgo. But that is your reading. Thank you guys so much, as always, for your energy, for your views, of course, and for your likes. It does help the channel. They're all free ways to help the channel. So if you want to subscribe and you haven't yet, all you have to do is click on the bell icon on the bottom right and make sure it's blue and active, and it'll just notify you when I'm putting out new readings. So anyway, you guys take care. Thanks again. And yeah, I'm going to take a break, and I'm not sure if we're going to do Libra tonight or tomorrow, but Libra is coming up next. So anyway, I'll see you guys later. Bye.